Can I tell you something just between you and me? When I hear your voice, I know I'm finally free. Every single word is perfect as it can be, and I need you here with me.
Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Welcome aboard, ladies and gents. I'm going to crank that music on down. We've got a whole lot to cover here tonight. What is our primary topic? We are going to be hitting up trading decisions simplified. Lots of topics. I'm going to show you guys what those topics are here first. If you missed out on that pop quiz, here it is, pop quiz. Can you answer this question? There we go. All right, let's come on down here into our training window and talk about the topics here. First thing on that pop quiz, hopefully you got the answer to that pop quiz correct. If you did not, well, stay around and you're gonna learn a lot of things here tonight. So on that pop quiz, what you should have seen here is a delta PRZ cross. If you answered delta PRZ cross, you are correct. There is that beautiful entry. Delta is telling you, get up, ready up. It's going to be a powerful move. Boom, that powers up what? Powering up the PRZ cross right there. Boom, there is your exit on the red, and there is exit number 2. Bam, hopefully you got that answer right on the first pop quiz of the evening. Roll it. All right, so let's go to our topics. What are we covering here tonight? Tonight's topics, we are going to be hitting trade entry decisions. Again, simplified. That's the main part of our subject here tonight. Got some questions around in the room that we want to talk about on that. The trading decision tree kind of relates to this first one right here. Deciding during contradictions. Again, another piece of that. Then account minimums explained, why we need those. Trading 5 different lot sizes. These kind of apply to each other right here. And then how much you need to spend on a PC. We've been getting this question a lot lately. I want to address this. We've talked about performance if you already got your PC, but if you're going to go out and buy one, what should you be doing, particularly with AlgoBox? Again, this is specific to AlgoBox. So traders that are guessing, if you guys are still in the guessing category and AlgoBox isn't for you, hey, that's on you. We'll leave that to you. Contract rollover is this week. That's an important topic. And first one on the list there, trade entry decisions. We had a great question this week coming up. It came around awesome crew members, and he had asked me this. He's like, man, right here in the middle of the screen, it had said longs favorable. So this is the only thing he told me, like, I got this longs favorable here that really kind of got me. He said, I obviously know this is a beautiful play set up right there, right? Hopefully pop quiz. Again, what is that right there? You guys should know. This has a lot of things going on. If you can name everything in that trade entry, you're good. I'll give you a moment. What is that? All right, if you said cluster, right, that's first thing you see, cluster, coming into a PRZ, so you might have seen the PRZ first, red box, so you got a PRZ cross, that's your first thing, it becomes a cluster, so you have a cluster reversal, plus, you zoom in there, you have a pink dot in there as well, so this is an HMD, a cluster play, and a PRZ cross, and an HMD, and a headshot. I mean, you literally cannot get more awesome than this. So I was surprised that I heard from one of our members to ask, Vinny, you know, obviously, I mean, in hindsight, it's obviously an easy play, but when this showed up, he hesitated because of one thing right there, longs favorable. He said longs favorable. So this is the decision tree type of stuff that we're going to talk about here tonight. I'm just going to start out with the answer that there is always going to be something going against you, folks. Okay. Now, again, like if this said shorts favorable, I mean, of course, now he's like, okay, there's my dead man's trade right there. I'm going to absolutely take that. But who knows? He's going to have something up here that, well, this was still green, or I don't know, when it pushed up to this area, a MACV might have even been green at this place. You're going to always have something going against you. That's the thing about trading. You need to make a decision based on statistics on our setups. And this, I mean, this is an absolute monstrous beast. Basically, that's going to blow through this all day long. Okay, that's a simple answer on that one. And let's talk about more details and examples like this one. But do you guys understand this? How, yes, it's longs favorable. Again, favorable, right? It would be favorable, okay? It was less desirable, but again, am I going to pass up a play like that right there? Not a chance. Am I missing out on a setup like that? I'm going to take a shot, right? Where are my stops going? Stops are going right here. My entry's right here. I mean, come on. Come on. That's a beautiful play. So much stuff, so much power on that move. Of course, we're going to take that. The only thing I don't think we had, maybe Delta. Did we have Delta? No. So it didn't have a Delta play. come in right there on that. So it might have only been, the only reason I wouldn't have gone full all in on that position. This is at least a half position though, right there, probably a half plus. And we'll talk about some of that decision making on the account size and trade size as well here tonight. But that was a great question coming in by Casey to kind of get this thing started. So first one right there on decision trees. You're going to have things going against you. So let's take a peek at this little screenshot right here. If you guys have been watching our videos, you have already probably seen this. Okay. Our decision tree starts with high time frame, but we're showing starting at the tide. Okay. Tide, wave, MACV, moving to ripples. This is sort of the whole water concept that we talk about. On the tide, rising tide, then riding the wave, and filtering through, and then entering in on the ripple for our maximum entry location. Okay, so starting up here, decision tree. We're moving down the list from here. Then I'm going to the wave chart, and then I'm filtering through our MACV filter before I'm mashing the buttons on big or small. Okay, and here we have big ATM. Here we have small ATM. And I know we've been through that and beat that dead horse a million times. Hopefully you guys understand all of that. But our decision tree is going to be like this. How do I make decisions when there's something going against me, like favorable direction, for instance, right? Perfect question on his last trade there. So he probably had the MACV going against him. He might have had favorable direction going against him. Okay, these are the types of decisions that you have. So binary types of operations, like let's say that this is, you know, I don't know, this is pretty strong filtering. Okay, so let's say that this is equal to like a +5. Okay, favorable direction might be like also a +5. Okay, so you got those two on the green side of the house. What negatives do we have? Well, we have ourselves a PRZ. Okay, so PRZ by itself, you know, on its own, maybe -2. Okay, then we've got, though, now we take into account, though, we've got a cross in there. Oh, all right. Well, now that's at least a 3. So now we're kind of starting to push up there. Oh, wait, we've got 2 crosses in there. Oh, well, that's probably starting to look at like, I don't know, -7. All right, now we're going to start to look at, we got a cluster in there. Oh my word, a cluster by itself. Look, folks, that's, I mean, you may as well go a -10 on its own by that. So at this point, obviously, that one right there alone is going to go against those immediately. I'm going to take a reversal immediately on a cluster play for sure. Right now, you also had a headshot in there. A headshot's at least that word, I don't know, at least a -8, right? You see how this starts to add up? We had everything going in that play. And I'm referring back to the Casey trade there a minute ago. But this thing really starts to add up here. What was one of the other ones? You had HMD, right? So HMD by itself, if it wasn't a headshot in there, HMD is about a 9, right? I'm gonna take that just about every stinking time, right? So, you know, look, this thing starts, so if you take away 10 from this total here, you're at 5, 12, 22, 30, 39. Let's go. You guys got to get that. And again, these numbers are not 100% accurate. Like when I'm not, you got to kind of generalize what you're doing in your decision making. I'm showing you how we're making the decision. We're kind of going, what things are against me? What things are for me? How do we kind of weigh these things out? And of course, always remember, what do? We know we trade nothing alone. Again, just all that good stuff right there, right? And I'm thinking, am I going to take that play? Of course. And even, you know what? Even if it wasn't as strong as it was, I am going to look for at least something out of this, right? I'm going to be trying to hit target 1 on majority of our stuff. But just always know you're still making a decision at the end of that play. But our system makes it very, very highly visual and easy entry setups, as you guys already know. So the decisions, a lot of times, let the tools do the work, right? Don't play around. Don't guess. Somebody was talking about, hey, you know, the market seems like it's kind of like sideways and choppy right now. I really don't know how to read this market. What do I do? Stop it. Hey, he's a brand new person, right? He isn't in our program yet. But he asked that question, like, what? I don't know how to read the market. Dude, that is not your job. Okay. Now, people think it is. So listen to what I'm saying. Let the tools do the work. You do not need to read it. Just wait for the setup. Wait for the setup. Take your play. Now, this one still could have stopped out, folks. Like, I mean, you could have had all these things going. All right. And this little leg right here, P for price here, could have kind of, you know, gone like this and gone, it could have done that. Okay. It could have stopped out. So, okay. So what? I take a few ticks of loss. No big deal. Do you know how often this play is going to work out? A lot. Quite often. When you have that much trifecta coming into an area like this, you're going to want to take a swing at a great play like that one right there. I hope you guys get that. But if you stop out, you need to remember, so what? We're playing a video game, trying to focus on the video game approach via AlgoBox. Let the tools do the work. Focus in on entries like this. Do the analysis. You know, be aware of the things that are going against you. Okay, great analysis. Casey did a great job of going, hey, I saw that the longs are favorable. And he might have even said that the MACV was going against him, but it really wasn't. It had been, prior to that, almost red or just gone red, but it kind of went back green. The MACV was, you know, he doesn't have a screenshot here in this picture. And over here on the Algo Matrix, you know, the current on the right, it was, you know, starting to turn green here. But look on the left, right? On the left-hand side, the big picture here, we still got these reds. So that was a good play. You know, great trade on that. And he did play on that. He went a little bit light on it. Again, I'm here to help you to know where to go, right? I think he made around $300 on this. This should have been a way bigger play on that, especially because this is also the fives. Look at that, folks. This is off the fives. Very rare trade setup to come in on the fives. But in general, this should be a big play, right? Multi-$1,000 trade on the fives coming off with this much confluence. Usually you see this maybe on the twos. On the fives, wow. I mean, amazing play. And on the lower time frames, there were probably some good setups on that as well. Anyway, I'm beating that dead horse. I know I spent a lot of time on that question there. We're 10 minutes into the video. I hope, again, this is a very important key part of this. Now, back to that thing where I was talking about when somebody says, I'm trying to read the markets. Don't do that with AlgoBox. AlgoBox, just kick back. Wait, okay, look around. Now, one of the things I want to say with this, we're having a real hard time with a lot of folks still doing this, what I call a garbage-based Twitter thinking on how you're trading, meaning on your setups. You are thinking, like, because out of the box, AlgoBox comes out of the box with a single instrument. Folks, that is not where you stop. If you're in your 2-week free trial, maybe you don't know this again, but if you have been in our program for any period of time, you should already know, why do I have 6 screens? If I'm going to be trading one instrument, why would you do all of this pixel setup, pixel density? You need the addition. Why I say a minimum for your monitors is 3. You need 3 monitors is because you need to be looking at multiple instruments. You cannot trade successfully, in my opinion, with stuff not consistently and with the levels that we're doing with a single instrument. Sitting there waiting. Yes, what one of our new members had said, like, oh, I can't read the market. It looks a little choppy. He's looking at one instrument. Look around. What does that mean? Different instrument. Don't marry a single instrument, folks. Don't be like, I'm so devoted to this one instrument. So trade different instruments. Set up ES, set up RTY, set up the NASDAQ, set up the Dow, set up crude oil, set up gold. Get them around so that you can see them. That's how you play it, okay? So if a person says, well, I can't read this market. No, he's not saying the market. He's saying his one single instrument. I hope I drove that home, that point home. Let's walk through this great trade setup right here. It's been watching for OBS, waiting for the long move. Okay, now why is he looking for the long move here? Right? He's got longs favorable. Okay, got it. Now, what's his MACV? Technically, his MACV is red, but he knows to be looking for a long here. Why? Because he's looking over here at the tide. He's looking over here at the wave. The favorable direction really is, right? We're looking to the long side. I really don't want to be trying to trade short, even though my MACV technically right now is red. Okay, so he's looking for that long side trade. Good, waiting for it, stalking it, and look what his latest signal was. There's a green dot there on the MACV, which can kind of start to override this whole thought that the MACV is red. So that's his decision on that. But again, does he have something working against him? Yes, some people might even say, well, up here on the wave, the last thing I saw was a red right there. Yes, but it looks like that red already played, didn't it? See how the red already played? Came down, right? And we're on our way back up. And it's pretty general. It ain't hard to see. This thing's, you know, generally moving up. So the best plays are going to come from the long side. So he's looking for it. He's waiting for it. Well done. Let's watch it through. Them beats though. All right, got a white cross coming in here. There's a headshot. Now, notice what he said. He sees a headshot, but he says he's waiting for more. This is some key factors, folks. If you are a headshot player, again, this is one of our favorite trade setups, but doesn't mean you have to take every single one of them. Now, if you're a headshot player and you're in your middle 40 days, yes, practice. Take the trade, right? Take it. And remember, everything has a 2-try rule, especially while you're practicing, get to know which ones are going to work, which ones are not. But we have a thing in our room that says trade nothing alone. And you've seen that meme in our room, trade nothing alone. By itself, we're looking for additional things, right? Now, he's got longs favorable here, and we got a headshot. I'd probably end up taking a shot. I will toe in the water here. Okay, we'll talk about trade sizes. Remember I said that this trade, I would start out here with the toe in the water. Okay, remember that. Let's keep playing. But he's saying, I see the headshot, but I'm waiting for a little bit more. I want to see if there's some additional coming in on that besides that. Now, the other thing that I also like about this, I actually start to see, do you guys see the delta? Okay, that's the biggest delta across this whole line of deltas down here. So I'd actually already be looking to start getting into this position. Okay, but he's looking for a little bit more. All right, that's fine. Here we go. Again, I'd be toeing the water here, and I'd be looking for a position. I'd be looking to add to my position. Again, I'm trying to get, you know, bigger positions. Just walking through what I'm looking for, how I'm talking to it. Green. Now, I noticed some other things he just had going against. Was there a red? No. I saw a crab. Oh, it's way up here. No. So he's actually got a target up here on the 8s. So big target up there at the 8s. So you can see the PRZ starting to show up there. We got the white cross on the 5s, what I call, you know, our mid algo bar. And then here's our entry chart here. Boom. Now he's got headshot. You guys see that? Headshot plus now he's got a green PRZ here too. That's enough for me. I would be adding to this position again right here. Okay, and I got more right here. If it comes down in here, I'm adding to this position here. My stop is definitely right here. I'm definitely not going any farther than that right here, but I'm trying to make a play on this, especially look at that delta. Look at this delta, folks. I'm telling you right now, if you want to take anything, some of the most powerful stuff we got, that, and look at it starting to come in right here too. You're flushing the shorts. They're trying to get in there, and they're going to get wrecked. That means those contracts are now picked up, and they're ready to go. The red side, I am looking to the long side because that delta is screaming at me. I'd be hitting that. There he goes. He's initiating the position now. Interesting. So he's hitting it back as this is going up into the headshot zone. He's getting his confirmation. I think he notices the delta. Yeah, here he goes. He says, you can't see this because I'm in the way here. Can I take off my video? Bing. Yes. Now, Detla. More red delta and PRZ hit. Yep, we saw that. That's what we were talking about a minute ago. PRZ kind of touched in right there and looking to enter. So as it starts to move up, it starts to move quick. And this is NASDAQ, so you got to kind of start to act quick on this. And I would be, you know, I'm with him on this. I would be adding to that position as it goes. So I'm trying to again start to get a little bit bigger on this position, and it's looking, you know, pretty juicy. And I want to see that. I see that target up there on the high time frame. Really looking forward to a trade like this. Great play. So he's getting in right there. Adjusting his target. Putting it up on the PRZ. So you see where he just dropped that. Notice why he did that. So all of a sudden that yellow line, I'm sorry, yellow, you know, it looks like a little line there. That is a box. That is going to be where your PRZ ends. It looks like a Gartley is going to end right there. Or is that this one? That's that one. This is a bigger one. You can't even see it. It's off the screen. A very big PRZ setup for a harmonic is coming in, and that target's going to be right there. That's why he's putting that there. Now, mind you, I'm still noticing there's a big one up there. So for me, again, I'm a bigger position at this point. Okay, I've got yeah, sure, I'll have something there at target 1, but now I'm looking at higher time frames. This is a bigger play. I'm not looking for target 1 at 10 ticks. I'm going to be trying to get 15 out of that for my target 1, and then going to be looking to push out farther and add to my position as this starts to go up. He's thinking about it. Oh, there he goes. He pushed his target out. Smart man. Smart man. Well done, Nick. Pushing it out. Boom. Target 1. Boom. Target 2 is hit. Now, he's noticed what he said down here at the bottom. He wrote, could have had more. Yeah. Could have moved them out farther to the next PRZ. Now, What he's seeing is he's seeing this one right here. Now there was another one that showed up because he was not quite, you know, able to see that in his zoom, which is why, by the way, folks, I tell you, I make this chart bigger. So another hint, if you guys want to see my setups, you'll notice that this chart, I have it bigger so that I can see stuff come in like this, because these things end up being out of your, you know, out of your screen, right? That was off of his screen, up above it a little bit. So again, I make this a little bit bigger. You notice my setups and my sizes are different than he's got here. Again, this is a nice layout, and this is how he's, you know, squeezing multiple instruments into his area. So, you know, I understand why he's got it set up like this, but you guys want to know, you know, why I have mine set up this way. Perfect example right here. But, you know, at this point, it looks like he's up, you know, 2,400 on the day, with his trade starting to close out there. That's a beautiful play. He's adding to his P&L there. Great trade setup right there. Well done to Nick on that one. And he did notice that the additional PRZ, and of course, I'm looking at this one up here too, right? Now you see one coming in here on that PRZ up there. So again, lots of opportunity to kind of extend this a little bit farther, but hey, great trade, great play, and I'm loving this jam. And watch this little fade out as well. Love it. Look at that thing go all the way up there. Crushing it. I absolutely love that. That is awesome. All you guys who are putting in that extra effort, putting that extra zing, you know, have some, you know, enjoy your work, and you know, put those talents to work. And man, I'm just so pumped and impressed with you guys in the room there. Now, we're talking about PC size. It's one of our next ones on our list, deciding, making decisions, things going against you. We talked about that. Yes, so let's talk about PC prices here. So people keep asking, yeah, how much should I spend on a PC? I'm going to reiterate this again. I do not care about your video card, okay? Your video card, I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm just going to tell you, you don't need a beastie video card. The base minimum stuff, these support up to 3 monitors now. Like that one right there supports 3 monitors. And if you're talking about minimums, okay, you're going to spend at a minimum, it's about $1,500. Okay, there you go. That should be your baseline start. But if you want to, you know, upgrade, there are some good PCs, a little bit more than that. Okay, most of the machines, you know, look, I spend anywhere from around, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 for my machines with, you know, multiple video cards, buying the top of the top stuff. And, you know, but do you have to have that? No. The answer is no. People are always asking, well, do I need the absolute? So why $2,500? If you're talking about account size minimum, $2,500, what does that represent? This is where I tell people to kind of start if you're going to start a baseline account. What does this allow you to do? This allows you to trade 5 contracts. This is the important point of this. 5 contracts on E-minis. Now, why do I say that? This is because it does not apply if you're going to be doing CL or GC. Why? Because there's a difference between NQ, ES, RTY, YM, right? You know these guys hopefully by heart by now. All of these down here, these are $500 per contract. Okay, this is the margin required. So it's $500 for these, but these are what? These are 1,000. Okay, so if the minimum, and I'm talking about 5 contracts, is 2,500 for E-minis, then for CL and GC, if you're going to be doing those in your repertoire, if that's just, you know, look, we have people coming here and be like, oh, I really like GC and CL. Okay, fine. Well, then you need to double this. Okay, you need 5,000. Now, why? It's because of the 5 contracts. So, Vinny, why 5 contracts? Why do I talk about starting out with 5 contracts? Because this allows you 5 lot sizes or trade sizes, contract counts. Again, people who come from Forex are always saying lots. Okay, but 5 lot sizes, not 5 lots. But it's weird because it's both. Okay, so it's 5 contracts max, and it is also 5 sizes. What do you mean, Vinny? What do you mean 5 sizes? Okay, we've got toe in the water, quarter position, full plus. So any trade that I'm looking at, I am deciding, like I said earlier, I'm going to start into a trade, toe in the water. Okay, 1 or 2 contracts, right? So on 5 contracts, I'm 1 or 2. Right there, okay? Quarter position. Well, on a 5 contract, that's actually 2. So a toe in the water here for this type of position is what? This is really like 1 contract for that. Quarter position, you're looking at, okay, 2 contracts. Half position, because it's a weird odd-sized scenario here, we're going to estimate this to be approximately 3, okay? Full and full plus, all right, we are 4 to 5, right? That's what we want for full, because technically full will be a full 5, but let's say that full is 4, so your full plus gives you that 5. You guys understand that? pretty quick, hopefully easy explanation, and we don't have a whole lot of time. I want to make sure you guys understand this. But if you are asking this, I can go into this with you in detail if you want to talk about these later. But you need to know this is where that $2,500 minimum starts and comes from. So if you're going to do micros, take this in a tenth of that, right? So $250 minimum so that you can do that, or $500 if you're doing crude and gold. Okay, you guys got all that? Fantastic. If you got questions, come hit us up in the chat box, but that covers that topic as well on our list for tonight. Contract rollover is this week. Important to know if you have not watched this video, how I approach contract rollover. Yes, we are rolling over. There are a lot of things rolling over this month. We've got crude. We're going to have a quad witching scenario coming up here within the next week and a half. So get ready for that. We'll be talking about these dates. So come into the room. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that here tonight. And all that is explained in this video anyways. But yes, this week, ding, ding, if you're in with us, you got to go look at your calendar dates. We'll be talking about this in the room. I said it this morning in the room. As that comes forward, we're going to get that extra oomph. And don't forget, because we're at kind of all-time highs in the markets, we know there's going to be a dump and pump, right? They're going to be dumping it. And if they're going to go back and re-establish their position to the long side, then there will be an up move. But there is definitely a dump. We don't know about the upside, okay? I'm not trying to predict if they're going to reestablish their long positions or not, but we know that if you have, remember our bucket system, again, if you've not seen that video, the quick answer of that is we have our buckets. And how does that work? So we're in the current contract month, and this sucker is full, like think of it in water, okay? Full of water. This sucker is full right now because we're at all-time highs. We know they're long. We know their position. There's no hiding it. And there is no option, but you must sell out of this in order to fill up this. Okay, so to drain this bucket, they must what? Sell, because they're all long, right? So they've got to sell it before they can rebuy it. And again, I'm not predicting that they are going to buy, but if they're going to reestablish their current position, we know that they have to buy it back to fill that bucket back up to where it was. But it's going to start out low like this, okay? So this is we're currently in the 03 contract, and we'll be moving to the 06 contract on the majority of these. And of course, crude, you know, it's different. But this is how we're rolling over, right? 03 to 06, and this one's going to get filled up. Okay, so contract rollover. Hope you guys are enjoying the AlgoBox if you're already using the system. If you're not, go ahead and go download this week free trial. I'm going to show you guys some stats tomorrow. So with that in notes, come hang out with us. I will catch you guys on the flip side. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Quarters, G, and the rest of the gang, I am sitting out that big H-Town. See ya!